What's good? It's your boy Fanon. What's happening? It's my birthday, man. So I'm about to chill for this afternoon. And my wife asked me what I wanted to do. And I was like, I want to have a live stream. So I hope a couple of you cats are still in here, man. I got two watching. I'm sorry it's a couple seconds late because I was watching this dude. Dog, I was watching this thing. Hey, what's good, Tito Carlisle? How you feeling, man? Thank you for the happy birthday, man. I feel like, sharing the afternoon with y'all. But man, I'm telling you, man, it makes me happy that I've made it to my age. I'm not going to tell you what my age is. Pasha Blaine, what's good? Hey, thanks, man. D Neasel, what's going on? What's happening with you? Yeah, man. I just listened to, just to go on the subject of this, we'll talk boxing in a second, man. But I listened to one of the best live streams that I've heard dude, I think this is the best live stream I ever heard, man. Happy birthday to the smartest YouTuber in boxing. Man, I appreciate that. I don't know about that, but hey, I appreciate the compliment. Prince O'Meal Hawkins from Zamunda. Happy 17th. Yeah, I'll roll with that one. Fanon, the old ass Don. I have a lot of questions for you. Well, hit me up, man. Hit me up. But I want to talk a couple seconds about this. Man, there's a young boy that I am certainly hoping, dog. Oh, Black Don't Crack, dog. Oh yeah, on 78 Sports TV's channel, man. He had one with if you can still eat steak still with your real teeth, you're still young. I can do that. I can do that. I ate some shrimp. Hey, this morning for my birthday, I made myself some shrimp and red peppers, green peppers, some onions, red onions, and some shrimp for breakfast. I was chilling. Yeah, Pasha Blaine. Yeah, I did. I listened to that. And I got to tell you, man, that's why I wanted to talk about it. I was like, you know what? I got to do one. I wasn't on that one because I really felt what these dudes were talking about from a different angle, man. And I'm just going to go into it for a little while. This dude, now, I don't pay attention to these young dudes. Tekashi 6ix9ine, but I do get the feeds from the Breakfast Club. I think I I'll listen to that shit every once in a while when I got time. But I listened to the shit and I did Black Fight Fan TV in 78 had one of the greatest discussions I've heard on the channel. Yeah, it was. And for me, it was cool. Honestly, it was extremely, extremely good. And they were talking about what this dude, Tekashi 6ix9ine, was doing with Jay Prince. And Dini's, I can't stand that rainbow hair, fake blood. Dude, let me tell you my take on it. And I'm gonna go on for a little while because I want to get this out before we have this discussion. Yeah, D Neasel, they kept it real. But let me give you my point of view on that. Because man, I'm a different dog. I ain't run the streets. I was in school. And so my viewpoint on that is a little bit different. Hey man, I appreciate you, Scholar Boxing. Thank you. But I'm telling you, man, what this dude just did today, and some people don't understand, man. It's like, you ever heard the saying, and here I'm just going to be, this is my birthday, so this is a straight up Fanon fuck it type of video. And I'm just going to combine it all. Some people don't, you think that like crooks and thieves and criminals only exist on the street level. And that's not the case. There's levels to the game. There are levels to it. And if you play around with the wrong people at any level of your existence, you will lose your existence. And there are rules to the game. What's good, Malik Omar? There's rules to the game. And I'm not talking about the game of this game or that game. I mean the game. The game of politics. The relationship between individuals. And I listened to, when I was young, it was Tupac, it was Biggie. Later on it was God, what's the name? Run DMC's DJ. You just see all these things played out, right, in the music world. But these are things that get played out all over the place. I mean, I can go through the list. Ron Brown. When I was in school, I remember seeing they used to call it the rat scallion. Oh, Deion Washington, predicate you picking off where they left off. Yeah, pretty much. But just from a different point of view, man. Just from a different point of view and what this dude just did today. When I listened, because I was like, dude, these two dudes, you got Black Fight Fan TV and 78 Sports TV. 78 Sports TV stops. Hey, man, appreciate you, Liquid B, on that. Thank you, Ty Legacy. I appreciate it. But they stop. I'm gonna go through the comment section in a second because I don't want to break my train of thought. So forgive me if I don't get it right now. But 78 Sports TV and 78 and Black Fight Fan TV and 78 Sports TV get on a channel. 78 Sports TV made two videos today. One, I think, was about Sean Porter. The second was about this Breakfast Club interview with Tekashi Tech-9. Trust me, if I heard Tekashi Tech-9's music, I'm sure I have because I got a son, and I don't necessarily know, who I'm listening to, but I'm assuming this dude is, from New York. I think he's a Mexican, Puerto Rican dude from New York. So, but they make this video and they're talking about the mistake this dude did in disrespecting this older dude, and the older dude is James Prince. And I'm like, is this motherfucker suicidal? I mean, just straight up. Is this dude, what is he trying to jump off a cliff? I ain't never made a rap song in my life, dog. And I know damn well who James Prince is in Houston, Texas, in the whole state of Texas. You don't play with that. That dude's not playing. He's not playing. So I'm like, okay, what did he do to this dude, to this older dude, who he should be altruistic to and who he should be deferential to? Because that's how a lot of drama gets avoided, by being altruistic and deferential. Deferential is leaning into the understanding of other people. But a lot of these young dudes, dog, think that they're dealing with these old dudes like they ain't old for a reason. That dude there's a reason Floyd Mayweather Jr. is walking around with 6'9" bodyguards. There's a reason. And it ain't because you and I might run up on him. It's because of dudes like James Prince might run up on. And people in Chicago, play around with Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan is what, 70-something years old? There's just rules to how you live your life. And this young dude, I'm listening to him talk, and he is completely lost. This dude is in Texas talking about something going on at a shoe store where somebody's looking at him and he's not talking to him. He just stands there while he's standing there. He doesn't say anything to him. He doesn't show any apparent anger. And then this dude leaves and he says, you're going to be at my establishment. Show up to my establishment at this time, no later. Which is basically telling you, if you show up before this time, hey man, you've shown me respect. If you show after this, you're showing me disrespect, because there's nothing you have to do, young man, that's more important than me. And you cow-tied. I cow-tied before thee. That's what I cow-tied before thee. You think it's being a bitch. It's being respectful. And when you play with dudes, hey man, good luck to you. Good luck to you. When you have all these dudes, and I'm not even into the shit like that. A dude been to prison for messing. Hey man, I've been around long enough to realize when you messing around with a cat that ain't gonna make it to my age, unless he changes his mind real quick. And one of the things that young men are missing, it could be young black men, it could be young, but just the thing that I see, and it happened. Hey, thank you, Carl Burrell. And it happened when it was my age too. You have to be real careful and survey the people in the room and understand who it is, where you are in that pecking order. In the city of Houston, there's a pecking order. In the city of Chicago, there's a pecking order. In New York City, there's a pecking order. And you can't come from New York City into Chicago and try to act like because you're number 32 in New York, and New York is bigger than Chicago, that you all of a sudden become the number one in the pecking order in Chicago. I don't care if it's in business. I don't care if it's on stuff related to the street. I don't care if it's related wherever it is. There's something called deference and altruism. Lean not unto your own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge thee. If that dude doesn't call that dude James Prince and apologize, shut up, apologize, kiss the ring, and keep it moving, somebody's going to go look for that dude. And that's all I got to say on that, Doug. I was sitting there amazed when I listened to it. Who is this dude? You have to give respect, or somebody's going to take respect. Because you're not going to embolden. And see, here's the thing: you're not going to embolden. Hey, Malik Omori said, I thought we learned with Tupac and Biggie. You can't go running around. That's what Biggie did. Biggie said, "Oh, back to what was it?" I was like, "Is this dude nuts?" I mean, I was the same age as Biggie, so I'm thinking to myself, like, he said, "I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali," and I'm like, "Why the fuck you going back to Cali? You better tuck your ass up in there in the Bronx and chill around and chill out, make some albums and send them to Cali." But he said he's going back to Cali, spitting in people's eye. And he never left Cali. He went back to Cali and he left Cali in a body bag. Truth. It ain't a game, man. I bet Jay Wrench gonna put a wrench on how many shows he do. He might put a wrench on more than that, Michael Johnson. And see, here's the thing that some people don't understand. Or at least this is my viewpoint. I won't say you don't understand, but here's my viewpoint. There are certain people that you can't play with, period. You can't play with them at all. And they don't have to do anything to you. Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X. Malcolm X came out and said some things about Elijah Muhammad. What's good, 78 Sports TV, man? Much appreciation. And great show, dog. I was learning, dog. I was learning 78. I appreciated that, man. Malcolm X got in some beef. I'm sure it was instant. I'm sure it was initiated by, people that wanted to see a separation between the two. But the day that Malcolm X said that Elijah Muhammad did this, that, and the other thing was the day that dude decided he didn't want to live anymore. Because there are certain people that Elijah Muhammad probably couldn't even have kept him alive if he wanted to. Because when you have enough respect from people and people truly love you and you got a whole bunch of cats that you snatched, and that's the thing. A lot of the people that loved Elijah Muhammad were people who were coming out of prison for murder. Cats who got out of prison, and he, listening to him, changed their entire life. And you disrespect him, this dude is not going to, it's going to be like, you know what, Elijah Muhammad really can't do nothing to you, dog, but I can. I ain't got it. Nobody has to call me. Nobody has to tell me. Nobody has to pay me. There ain't going to be no phone bills. There's not going to be any of that. I'm going to take you off the planet, dude, because you played with the honorable Elijah Muhammad. Look, let me watch this. Saul Gutierrez, and I'm going to tell you something on this, Sal. Malcolm X exposed Muhammad, right? You think he exposed him? He didn't expose him. Polygamy is well known in and I'm not Muslim. There are Muslims that have harems. The fact that, hey, what's up, Ali Voso, man? Much love in the super chat. If he did expose him, that's why he's not here. Because if you disrespect and you put somebody that somebody loves in harm, do not be surprised, dog, that when you're gone. Don't be surprised gone. Just think about this. If you have a daughter and you love your daughter and some dude puts his hands on your daughter, what are you going to do? What's your first instinct? It's that this dude is not going to be breathing tomorrow. If I'm able to prevent it. But then you have somebody that really, he saved your life. You've been taught that this dude, be very careful with the dudes that you play, dog. Hey, man, now watch this. Sal Gutierrez. You know how you say this? Fanon, he was exposing Muhammad for being a fake. Sal Gutierrez, if you said that on the south side of Chicago, you might not leave the city of Chicago, dog. I'll tell you that. Now, I'm not going to argue about that, Sal, but here, this to illustrate my point. Go over there on Stony Island Avenue and say that. Go over there on Stony Island Avenue and say that. And then, but before you do, make sure your insurance is up to par and make sure that you got a will, because you're not going to make it out of there. Because you're being disrespectful, you're being flippant. D. Niesel, Elijah Muhammad was sleeping with white women. Who cares? The point of the matter is this. There are people that loved him. And if you disrespect someone that's loved, you can expect to get dealt with. Don't play with people that people don't play about. And if you have Jay Prince, who's in Houston, and I used to hang out in Houston. I used to hang out in Houston shit in the early 1990s. And I know who Jay Prince is. Jay Prince is the dude that brought rap and all that in the money associated with rap with the Ghetto Boys to Houston. That dude has established ties. He has respect. You can't go in there clowning this dude. You can't go in there clowning the dude, whether you agree with him or you don't agree with him. Even bringing the Elijah Muhammad thing in there. It's not my intention to say whether Elijah Muhammad was the prophet, is a prophet or not. I'll leave that for you to decide. But if you walk in somebody else's living room, they did. Exactly, Sal. They disrespected him by taking him out of there. Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. Don't disrespect people and you won't get disrespected back. Treat people with respect. What up, Jaguar Paws? Treat people with respect. It's not complicated. It's an easy way to go through life. If you walk into somebody's house, you wipe your feet off. You walk into the house. If they give you some food, what do they teach you to do? What's going on, Alexander? What do they teach you to do when somebody gives you food in their house? Simple things like this. This is how I was raised. And this is how I raised my son. And I advise you to listen. If you don't, okay. Because never know when you got somebody that's willing to go there. But you say, okay, you walk into somebody's house and somebody gives you a plate of food. Yeah, exactly. Respect is due to everybody. You have a plate of food. And then somebody puts something on there and it says, like, this is one thing I say. They put chicken on your plate. They put some green beans and they put it on your plate. They lay it in front of you. The wife cooked an hour and a half. She knew you were coming. She lays the plate of food on your plate, and you just look at it and say, "What is this? This is nasty, man. What is this? I don't want this." What do you think that lady's gonna think? And when you just disrespect that lady, what do you think the husband's gonna think? What do you think the sons are gonna think? You've now embarrassed whoever brought you in the house, and you acted like that. But what you should have said, even though everybody else in the room could know that food's nasty, is you take a bite out of this, you take a bite out of the fish, you take a bite out of the vegetables, you take a bite off the bread. You do not put salt and pepper on it before you eat it. Because if you put salt and pepper in before you eat it, you know damn well you're telling that lady that your seasoning is not right. But if you don't think that's important, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you do not get the approval of that family to date the woman that brought you there. And if you don't believe that's true, good for you. Because they're going to be like, nope, you cannot date that dude. He's disrespectful. He's not considerate. He doesn't think before he acts. He's got to go. He wasn't raised properly. His mother didn't tell him. You don't put salt and pepper on food that somebody makes you before you actually taste the food. How do you know it needs salt and pepper? And all these things might be subtle and small to you, but they're not subtle and small to other people. Figure out how to pay respect to people. Be respectful of people. And you might not walk into a whole lot of problems. And this young dude saying, hey, I was standing in Houston, and this dude, let me tell you a story. This is 78. Now, word up, man. This is not like, this is a college story, all right? And I'm going to share you the same thing. I'm a member, I've told other people, and I'm sorry, I'll get back to the comment section. I'm a member of a fraternity, right? It's called Kappa Alpha Psi. And I was a pole mark of my chapter, the school I went to, which means I was a president of the chapter. And my chapter was my chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi was the most respected chapter in the city I was from. So when I walked onto, and this is not street shit, this is college shit. So when I went to Dillard in New Orleans, when I was in Dillard, I'm probably giving up a little too much, but fuck it. When I was in Dillard, I could go to Xavier, I could go to UNO, I could go to Tulane, I could go to SUNO, I could go to any college that I was at. And as soon as I walked on, everybody knew that they had to, that I was walking on their number one with 20 other dudes who carried canes in their hand and were more than happy to bop you upside the fucking head if you got crazy. But that's what it was. I was the pole mark, and I was the senior pole mark in the city. This dude comes from Florida, right? Tattooed up, right? Went to FAMU. And he walked up to me and he challenged me. And I'm on my campus, right? I'm walking around on my campus. Hey, thanks, shout out. On my campus, right? And the dude says something to me, which is a challenge. Anybody belongs to a gang or belongs to a society, you'll know. There's ways that you can tell if somebody's really in the chapter or really not in the chapter. Or in that organization. Like if you in jail and somebody says, oh, I'm a blood. You say, oh, you a blood? You a blood from where? Oh, I'm a blood from Chicago. Oh, really? Do you know this dude? Do you know that dude? You know this dude? And he's like, nah, I don't know him. I don't know him. Like, how the hell you don't know him? That's the top dude in the city. How do you know that? How do you not know him? If you don't know him, you're not real. So that's that whole challenge thing. And with 78 and Black Fight Fan TV, we're talking about it from another aspect. I'll go listen to their video and you can listen to what the aspect that they gave, the angle that they gave it from. But for me, I was like sitting in my campus and I didn't wear like Kappa Alpha Psi on my chest. I didn't wear like any type of like the colors. I didn't do any of that because I was like, I don't have to do that. I was extremely arrogant, but I was like, I don't have to do that because if a dude is in the fraternity, I don't know whether he is. I mean, our thing was I make Noop Noop doesn't make me. So I didn't wear it. But this one day, this dude came on my campus and he was like, he did these things to me, like asked me this, he asked me that. And I'm just going to class and I'm like, this is a weird ass dude. But my mind wasn't on it because I'm on my campus. So I go on about my business, and later on, somebody walks up to me and was like, hey, Fanon, you know this dude, man, this dude said you ain't real. This dude said you ain't real. This faking. Da-da-da-da. I was like, what? And he had went around to all these other dudes saying that this dude, Fanon, was faking. And everybody was like, Fanon's faking? What the fuck are you talking about? Fanon made me. Fanon made me. How the fuck is Fanon? You? And so anyway, this dude was like, came to a party. And I was like, hold on, man. I walked up on him. Me and a bunch of niggas, dude. Like, fuck it, I'll say a bunch of niggas walked up on him. I was like, hold on, man. Who the fuck are you? Hey, man, I said this, I said that, and you didn't respond. I was like, hold on, man. They were like, yeah, I asked who was the head noob, right? I asked who was the head noob, and they said it was you, and I came up to you, and I signaled you, and you didn't even catch it. And I was like, hold on, dog. You telling me you knew who I was. You already knew because I got vouched for by people before you even came talk to me. You knew who I was. Why the fuck you challenging me? What you do is you walk up and say, hey, I'm such from this university. I pledged this year. I was number this on this line. I was number 7 Beta Chi from this chapter this year. And you run your shit down to me. You don't come where I live and tell me to run my shit down to you. Do you know what happened to this dude? This dude had about 30 dudes with canes surrounding his ass like, hey, look, we don't play that shit. We'll stomp you the fuck out. And then that motherfucker, I was like, no, don't stomp him out. Don't stomp him out. Grab the big ass motherfucking edge of a couch. That's how motherfuckers used to get hazed, with big ass edge of a couch. I was like, dude, all right, no. Get the shit. Get the shit. If he really thinks that he's like that, get the shit. Let's do it. That motherfucker backed up and ran the fuck off, because if he had touched me, he would have got ran the fuck through. Because I had made 100 dudes by the time I met him. There were dudes that didn't even have the grades to get in, that if I hadn't vouched for these cats, these motherfuckers would have never even been in. So what I'm saying is, you go to Houston and you're fucking with a dude like James Prince. You see this motherfucker and fuck it. You see James Prince's son. You ain't even got to, when you disrespect a motherfucker's son, you disrespecting him. This motherfucker's name is Prince. This motherfucker's like, hold on, fuck this dude. You not just disrespecting him, you disrespecting me. And I'm going to give you one shot to get it right. Be up here at 12:15. Not a minute before, not a minute after. You show up a minute after, you telling me you don't respect me. Don't be fucking surprised. And I tell these motherfuckers about these country boys. You talking that shit because you from New York. What's up, Trap House? You talk that shit because you from New York. Don't be surprised if you wind your ass up in a pig grinder. Because they got goddamn wood chippers and pig meat grinders, and your ass may never be heard from again. They will throw your ass in one of the motherfuckers and feed you to some fucking pigs. And there won't be a damn bit of evidence about it. Because you disrespected a dude's son. If a motherfucker walks up into my house and disrespects my son, you are double fucking disrespecting me. So when I see this dude, it's Tekashi 6ix9ine disrespecting James Prince of all people. I wouldn't go into Houston. Are you crazy? I mean, are you crazy? That's a young dude who didn't even have the common sense to walk in there and be like, you can't even do that in business. If you're a business and you are located in Atlanta and you're like, you know what? I'm a construction worker and I have the best construction company I'm at the biggest construction company in Atlanta. And you take your ass to Chicago trying to get some business and you don't partner with the other cats who are from that area. They might not get the business, but they will damn sure make sure you don't get the business. And that dude, from what I heard, has no idea how politics works. And politics is not something that happens just with like, just it's not shit that happens in an election. Politics is the interaction between human beings. Bible pigs eat anything they fold in a bowl. That's exactly how it'll happen too, dog. Go play around. New York dudes had that shit happen to them all the time. Because they think it's because you from the country, that means you're just gonna like what? What does that mean? Because you think you're bigger because you have more people that live on a block than my block? Like, but all right, dog. Good luck with that. And like I said, man, that's the same shit I thought, with Biggie. When the thing that I always thought, because people talk about these conspiracies, like what happened to Biggie. The thing that I thought they got Biggie was I'm coming back to Cali. On his second album, he said, I'm coming back to Cali. I'm going back. No, I'm going back to Cali, to Cali, to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. After Tupac got shot, you're a dummy. Why are you going back to Cali? You need to stay your ass over there, right there, wherever you, Brooklyn Zoo. You need to stay right there. Because here's the thing. Even with cats that are officials, you have cats who are officials that might want you gone. You act like these dudes don't know how to get a kid. Hey, look, man, you're a smart student, but let me pay your way to college. Hey, man, shout out Moza DQ. Happy Earth Strong, brother. I appreciate you, man. Shout out in Super Chat. You know what I mean? You act like the dudes that are in office did not have somebody that supported them when they were young, and the reason they might be in office could very well have to do with something that somebody helped them with on the way up. And now you're gonna act crazy. They motherfuckers might be like, hey, squad cars 87762. Please go to the south side of town. Yeah. We know the dudes on the north side of town. Go your ass to the south side of town. And leave your ass completely unprotected, dude. Because you acting a fool. Puffy killed that dude, follow money. I don't have to follow the money. I don't see the money. But that's another one. Nah, dog. You talking about, nah. I don't know. I know this. Hey, Mikiel 777, I'll tell you this. I don't know who did what, but I know this. Talking shit will get you snuffed. Being disrespectful to people who are not in the business of being disrespectful will get you snuffed. Having a situation where somebody's like, you know what? If I let you get away with that, there's going to be 100 other people acting like that too. You're not going to make me an example of me. I'm going to make an example of you. And when you walk up into somebody's town like, hey, I don't care. I'm just human. You a man just like I'm a man. Ain't that what that dude said? I'm a man. I'm a man just like you a man. No, dog, you ain't a man just like I'm a man. No, you're not. You a man from New York. I'm a man from Houston. When you leave, I got to stay here. And if I let you get away with that, I got to let everybody else get away with that. You're not getting away with that. Hey, exposing the truth will get you. Maybe it will, Sal. Maybe it will. If you do it to the wrong dude. So, hey, man, if that's what you want to do, do it. But my title was live long enough to spot a dude that won't. Play around with the wrong dude, man. They will hit your reset button. Anyway, man, I don't believe that's it. I mean, I don't know who did what. All I know is this: if you don't start none, won't be none. It's one of the oldest sayings, man. Pay respect to people, man, and do not judge. Do you? But hey, man, Moza DQ, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. For now, that kid is a wild boy. You're gonna learn the hard way. Hey, man, I hope he doesn't learn the real hard way. Curtis Anderson says, happy birthday for my brother. I appreciate that, man. You respect everyone because you don't know who somebody is. Pretty much. You never know who somebody is, man. But I just wanted to do a quick conversation on that. I don't want to, I ain't really trying to dominate the conversation, man. I didn't want to point to people. Listen to that video that if 78 keeps it up very long, Check out that 78 Sports TV Black Fight Fan TV video. Man, that shit was one of the best live streams I heard in a while. I mean, I think it might be the best one I've ever heard, period, because that's the first one I listened to the entire length. I got attention deficit disorder, so I'll jump off for a minute and come back. But that one, and even to get me to talk about this dude, it's not even about that cat, because the dude is clearly bugging out, dog. You got your name tattooed on your forehead. Some of these dudes, hey man, thank you, Fernando Garcia. Dana Jones said, I need to ask Mayweather about Jay Prince. Oh, he needs to. Yeah, I mean, I already know about James Prince. But here's the other thing, man. It's just anybody that walks by you in the street. Oh, Casual Alexander, hey, happy birthday, Fanon. Appreciate you dropping videos. Man, I appreciate that, man. What's ever? I forget ever. Sal Gautier, ever is a long time. It depends on who you're talking to. Forever in your life might be a short time. Play with her. Hey, Sal, go over there to go up in there in Hyde Park, dog, right across the street from your boy 44's house, and go talk crazy about Farrakhan and see how long forever is for you. It might not be as long as you think, dog. Christian, what's going on, Christian? You think Snoop could have been? I don't know. I have no idea what anybody did. I know this. If you don't have any beef with people, and you like, I know this, ain't nobody looking for Stevie Wonder. How about that? Ain't nobody looking for Stevie Wonder. Soon as Michael Jackson snatched all those people's bought up all those people's stuff, that dude was a marked man. You just, hey man, it is what it is, man. If hey, ain't no risk, no reward either. So there's a balancing act. You know what I mean? Fernando Garcia, 1969. This is about boxing, not rappers killing one. Is this about boxing? No, I was talking about something else, actually. Sal Gutierrez, am I a follower of Muhammad? I have no issue with Elijah Muhammad whatsoever. I am not a Christian. I'm not a Muslim. For now, which video? The hours long or the 30 minutes ones? I don't know. It's the one that talked about Tekashi 619. Snoop Dogg went to Master P to get away from that'll happen. Hey, after night, Deion Washington birthdays, he can say whatever he wants. Let that man live. Hey, today that's what I'm doing, dog. I mean, you want to talk about boxing? This ain't the boxing one, dog. This is one little slightly different, man. And it's only going to be up until it's processed. So you don't have to see it on your live streams, because I do this and I'll drop it off. And as soon as it's processed, I say boop, and it's gone. Just like that. Jaguar pause. Man, let the brother do what he wants. This channel, he's just talking about disrespecting. That's the first thing you do. Yeah. Is that what he said? I mean, he said, "Is this about that or boxing?" It's not disrespect by answer. It's not about boxing. It's not about boxing at all. This is my birthday. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? And I wanted to talk about this because young people need to know this, man. Because I want you to make it to my age. And if you're not a young dude, then hey man, knock yourself out, man. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? D Niesel, ignorance and cockiness got him. Yeah, man. And you don't know where it's going to take it, man. You know what I mean? You gotta, hey man, you just gotta be smart, dog. You gotta be smart. And the reason I wanted to do it, talk about this, is because I just heard when 78 Sports TV and Black Fight Fan TV talked about it. My thing was more like, you know what? This is not just about if you doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? And you got to worry about, going to jail for what you're doing. So I was like, this is not just about this. This is about life in general. You can fuck around in Chicago, because that's where I'm from. And there was a dude who was on a committee. What was this dude on a committee for? Like trying to bring the 2016 Olympics to Chicago. And that dude drowned That dude died by suicide and drowning by jumping off of a bridge that he would have had to climb 5 feet to get off, face first in some water that was no deeper than 2 feet. And that's like, what happened to him? Yeah, I'll tell you what happened to him. What happened to him was the 2016 Olympics didn't wind up in Chicago. That's what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just about stuff. There's different, I mean, it's politics. It literally is, it really is the relationship between people. Do you remember that kid? There's a kid in Mexico, Sal. Here, let me change it for you, Sal. What's the name of the fat Mexican kid that talked that shit about one of those Mexican cats? He's like on YouTube because he used to drink a lot. It's a little short, fat kid who used to drink a lot, and he got a lot of YouTube fame because he used to drink a lot, and he would be dancing with pretty girls, really nice looking girls or whatever. And then all of a sudden, there was some cat who was who was in some way involved with like the Mexican, the dudes that handle business in Mexico. And he said something directly about this dude. 3 days later, this dude was gone after dropping a YouTube video. Gone. Okay. Hey man, Insta stardom has its and I'm just trying to tell you, man. Hey man. Hey man, all right. Do you? Oh, I don't know what that said. El Pietra de Micha. I can't even pronounce it, dog. Carnell. Oh, yeah. Dana Jones. You know what I'm talking about. That dude did himself. You can't jump around, bopping around like that off at the mouth. Man, okay. Okay. Do you, dog? Kevin Carr is 40 or 50 years older, and they worrying about a young boy doing like they El Chapo Guzman. Somebody, they look stupid. They look stupid to even entertain it. Hold on. Is 40 or 50 years old. He is 40 or 50 years old, and they worrying about a young boy doing like they did El Chapo Guzman. Somebody, they look stupid. They look stupid to even entertain it. What the fuck are you talking about, dog? Can you write that shit in a complete sentence, Kevin Carr? What are you talking about? Are you talking about me? I'm really interested in that one. 40 or 50 years old, and they worried about a young boy doing like El Chapo Guzman. Somebody, they look stupid. They look stupid. They looking stupid to even entertain it. Are you talking about I look stupid to entertain it? It was less than it was like, hey, Kevin Carr, you are like not, I can't understand you, dude. Because I'm really trying to get whether or not you're disrespecting me or what the fuck you talking about. Heavy hitter for nine said, write it in a complete sentence. Yeah, put some punctuation in that bitch. So I know what you're talking about. Oh, the sentence structure is not. Hey, man, periods and commas, them shits are in there for a reason. Because if you say period, that tells me to stop. That means your thought is complete. If you put a comma, your thought's not complete, but you're separating two portions of the sentence. Help me out. Don't time this dude out either. Hey, I'm just talking, man. Ray Donovan. Really, it's about this young dude doing some shit that, might wind up having him, us having to read an obituary, later this month. And hopefully he doesn't dig himself deeper into a hole. Yeah, man, Kevin. Hey, Gregory White, don't time that dude out. We got 300 more sentences for Kevin Carr to complete his sentence, man. Oh man, what is it? How do you pronounce that dude? Tekashi 69? But really, it's a lesson in politics. And politics is my favorite subject. And I have people, why are you killing these dudes? I want to know what this dude's talking about. Chris Walker? Oh, I don't know who's the swearing guy. I don't know. I mean, this dude just said I was, that I'm 40 and 50 years old, focusing on some younger dude. And I'm like, are you talking like I shouldn't be saying this? See, that's what happens with dumb dudes, young dudes that ain't going to make it. And there's not a lot, Kevin Carr. I mean, well, there is a lot. Yeah, 6ix9ine got balls for the time being. But there's a reason why those shits wind up in people's mouths later on. Yeah, you got balls now. And then somebody will be like, yeah, you got balls. Let me put them in your mouth for you by taking the motherfuckers up off your body and shoving them there. All right, dog. All right. Y'all do you. I'm just trying to told you. Hey, I'm just trying to told you. And why would I do it? Worry about yourself, not the next man. Casey, are you talking to me? Why would I not worry about the next man? Why would I not worry? Fanon, that's what happens when a person writes too fast. Oh, okay. Hey, all right. Dude disrespecting the boss image is everything in the crime world. I seen a video where some teenager boy sleeping with the cartel boss daughter and his shot his ass. Yes, what happens, dog? I mean, it's everywhere. Dog, it's everywhere. And I'm telling you because seriously, man, why not tell you? Why would I hold that shit to myself? I ain't got shit to do today. Like I said, it's my birthday. I heard a great video. So I was like, hey, man, you know what? I'll just do one. Hey, man, Billy in Yodo, thank you, man. Much respect, man, on Super Chat, man. Much appreciation, man. Fanon, Gene Deal exposed this about Biggie death because he told him not to go to Cali. Come on, man. I mean, some of the shit is simple. Some of the shit is simple. If you got a dude that does not like you, and you do not go where they're from. Chris Walker, I know I was a sports journalist. I don't know what that is. What's that about, Chris Walker? I think I see it. Fanon, that's what's happened when a person. Oh, that's all right. That's cool. I mean, I'm waiting for this one dude to come back because I do, like I said, it's my birthday, and I don't really feel like showing restraint. I do feel like clowning somebody. And this particular dude telling me, why would I worry about kids? Hey, man, thanks, Ray Donovan, man. Much appreciation. I'll tell you why I care about telling people not to do shit. Because at the age I am now, I feel like it would be irresponsible for me not to at least say it in whatever type of mechanism I have. And this just so happens to be. Oh, I did. I did, Ray Donovan. I did. Matter of fact, let me tell you what I had. I had a Doers white label, and I had 2 of them. But I only were, what are they? Hey, it's one of them little shots, man. I'm having a good time. You're committing slander, bro. Hey, I ain't committing slander. Yeah, it's slander. I can't even remember whether slander is written or in print. Oh, I would love to. Because dude's tripping, dog. Oh, yeah, I did have my drink, dog. I did. Because my wife and kids are going to take me out to some boring movie in a restaurant that I don't want to go to. And I can't eat cake because 78 Sports, the Black Fight Fan TV said the reason y'all are fat is because you're lazy and undisciplined. Like, shit. I was looking forward to some cake, but I'll pass it up today. Let me go back here, man. Where's the dude got timed out shit? Yeah, Kevin Carr. Kevin Carr, I don't want to see little dudes get killed being dumb. That's it. I don't want to see. Oh, there you go. Stop. Do not take this dude out for saying this. It's a new generation out there. These young boys have no respect for nobody. This kid is 19 or 23 years old. Then Jay Prince numbers like 40 or 30 to even entertain it. No, Kevin Carr. Thank you. Let me explain this. It's a new generation out there. Exactly. Y'all are new. You're not experienced. You're not developed. There are these young boys who have no respect for nobody. Agreed. This kid is 19 or 23 year old. years old. And then Jay Prince numbers like 40 or 50, probably closer to 60. To even entertain that is crazy. Exactly. He's not entertaining it. That's my point, Kevin. He's not entertaining it. And I don't know him, but he's going to take you off the planet. He's not going to entertain disrespect, because you got to understand there's a reason why he is where he is. There's a reason why he's made it as far as he's made it. And it's because he has provided, I won't even get it. A lot, I'll use Black Fight Fan TV's thing. There's a lot of people that have eaten off of him. There's a lot of people relying on him. There's an entire political and economic infrastructure that is based off of him. And if he allows that young dude to come in there and disrespect his leadership, then what is it to allow many other people to do the same thing? Just because you're young, that means you're grown. And you're out in the real world. This ain't school. There ain't grades. He's not going to play it. And you can think, oh, well, maybe he should play it. Maybe he should ignore it. But more than likely, he's not going to ignore it. What he's going to do is treat you like you're a grown man and then handle you in a situation that he would any other grown man. And you're not going to come take his money. Money, his livelihood, in large part, is based off the respect he holds and the admiration he holds that he holds in the hearts of the people that surround him in his own community. And if you walk in there trying to take something out of his pocket, you try to take think of respect like money. If you try to take the money out of his pocket / respect out of his pocket, he's going to slap you down and prevent you from taking his money out of his pocket. Got it? Put respect and money in the same thing. Just transpose those terms. Respect, money. If somebody walks into your house and he's just fucking around like, hey, I'm here, I'm Tekashi 6ix9ine. Oh, there's $100 bill on the table. Let me take that $100 bill off that table and put it in my pocket and dance my silly clown looking ass out the house. What are you going to do? You're going to tell you, hey, man, that's my money. Give me my money back. No, man, nah, I'm human just like you. I need my money just like you need your money. Give me my money back. And you have until 12:15 to give my money back. If you do not give me my money back at 12:15, I'm taking my money back. Oh, yeah, man, I can't make it at 12:15. I'm going to roll in there by 1:30, maybe 2 o'clock. Okay. Like I said, give me my money back. But just change it to respect. You walking into my town. I created rap in this town because before the rap was out there in New York. But you're going to act like you're not going to pay respect. You're going to disrespect my son? Okay. Don't be shocked. And if you think I'm wrong, test it. Oh, what if a dude says my office hours are 9 to 5? Where are you at? I mean, you can clown if you want. I'm just telling you. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe me, dog. Hey, Deontay, I need that same $100 you put in your pocket, serial number and all. Exactly. Serial number and all. I need the exact shit. Not no 100 you pull out your bank, because that means you spent my money. Hey, what's going on, Ali Dago? But y'all don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to think that's the way the world works. There's plenty of people that don't think that's the way the world works. But that's the way the world works. Kevin Carr, I don't know, but my grandfather ran with the best of them. My dad is in the federal penitentiary, and they've gotten busted for bringing it back from overseas, and they come on national TV. I don't know. I don't even know what that means, Kevin Carr, honestly. What's the point? I ain't never done any of that. I'll be flat with you. I'm not going to be up here telling you I ran the streets, da da da. I did this, I did that. I didn't. What did I do, Jay Dallas? I didn't do that. I ain't never sold nothing illegal in my life. I ain't never spent a day in jail. I ain't done any of that. But I know this. I've gone into cities and I've attempted to get business in cities without involving the people that are in the city, even though I had a better project. You ain't getting nothing sold because they will shut you the fuck out. I've watched dudes. And see, this is the thing that people don't understand. Hey, what's good, Billy? And oh my God, how you pronounce it? Billy Yondo, man. What's good with you, man? Big Mike's box. Mike Biggs Boxing. What's good, man? I think I always transpose that to Big Mike's Boxing. Mike Biggs Boxing. I'm gonna fucking do it the way I like, man. Big Mike Boxing. What's good? Yeah, there's a process for everything, man. And follow the process. And if this dude Tekashi 69 wants to live, how old is he? 23, 24? If he wants to live to 30, he needs to go find Jay Prince and apologize and stop talking. And on top of it, he'll get more respect for doing it. Because people are like, oh yeah, this young dude understands. This is a guy I can trust. This is a dude that we can hook up. This is a dude we can take care of. Because yeah, man, this dude is respectful. He understands the system. He's not going to be a danger later on down the road. He's not going to be some loose cog in this whole situation. Ray Donovan, in the West Indies, we say hard ears feel. Oh, is that like a hard head, soft behind, dog? Yeah, it's like if you don't listen, you're going to feel it. All right, I got it. Yeah, if you don't listen, you're going to feel it. You'd be better off just listening to what people have to say. And that's the thing that 78 and Black Fight Fan TV we're talking about. Yeah, he's 21, dog. He's a kid. Record Steel, what's happening? Fanan, what up? Happy birthday to you, brother. I see y'all talking about Tekashi 69, dude. That little fool, crazy. LOL. Speaking of birthdays, my birthday's the same day as that crazy ass kid, May 18th. Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, that dude's not gonna live long, man, if he keeps playing. I hope the best for him, but seriously, any dude that tattoo all that shit on his face, he ain't got it all in his head anyway. Man, y'all need it, man, dude, dog, you're tripping. I don't know what's going on with all that shit on your face. Tattoos in your arm, your chest, I can understand, but your face? Knock yourselves out, man. But, hey, man, different time, different age, man. Kevin sound lost, talking about, who's Kevin? No, I mean, dude, he seems young to me. He don't seem, lost is young. That's what you're supposed to be. Hey, thanks, Holidago. You're supposed to be lost when you're young. You're trying to find your way. And that's reasonable. But dude, if somebody's trying to tell you which way to go, hey, look, man, where you trying to go, son? Oh, I'm trying to make it down to City Hall. I got to pay a ticket. Oh, well, the fastest way is you go down Main Street, you take a left on 15th Street, then you go down to Hardgrove and you make a right, and it's right on your left. Nah, I don't give a shit. I'm just going to find it out myself. I'm just going to roll down the street. Fuck it, I see it. I know it's over there somewhere. I'm going to do it myself. All right, you'll eventually get there, sometime tomorrow. You know what I mean? After you make 6, 7 different wrong turns. But I'm just telling you, and I've said this in other videos, Biggie and Tupac are my age. I'm here. They're not. And what I'm telling you is, yes, they were way ahead of the game when we were young. When we were 23, 24 years old, they were way ahead of the game. But their game ended. Game over. Craps. Game over. They had all the money. They had all the girls. They had all that. Then they hit craps. And they bet the house and they lost. That's all I'm saying. Same cast that I knew are still in the game. They're still playing. That's all I'm saying. And if Tekashi 6ix9ine wants to do retro videos, so yeah, Game caught him up. Like people look at, like, for example, like, is Biggie remembered? Is like Rakim? Rakim's older than me, but Rakim was my dude. I mean, Rakim's still my dude. Rakim, I was like, this is the best dude ever when I heard Rakim. And I was like, man, Rakim was like, then Biggie came. I was like, who's better, Biggie or Rakim? I still kind of go with Rakim, even though Biggie had a better voice, like a better bass in his voice. And so people are like, why isn't, oh, shout out to, what's my dude's channel? Carcino. Channel said, why isn't Rakim remembered like Biggie is? Because he's still alive. That's why. But you don't have to remember him. You can talk to him. Biggie, you got to remember. Tupac, you got to remember. KRS-One, you can talk to. Rakim, you can talk to. Nas, you can go see in contract. You can go see in concert. You can see all these dudes live still too. You can go find them. Big Daddy Kane, you can still talk to him. Thinking of a master plan. Exactly. That was my dude. Nothing but a mic inside my hand. Fish, because it's my favorite dish. I ain't going to try to rap with him, dog, but that was my dude. That was my dude. Big Daddy Kane was my dude. I mean, come on, man. There's a reason that Biggie's going back to Cali is the reason why he ain't married to Beyonce. Know what I mean? Hey, it is what it is, though, dog. That's just my thoughts on the matter. Hey, shout out in the super chat, Gregory Wyatt. Fanon, what up, bro? But yourself a birthday libation on me. Buy yourself a birthday libation on me. Will do, dog. Hey, man, Chris White said, great job, Fanon and Don. Hey, man, appreciate it, man. I'm just talking. Hey, man, I'm talking to, I could be dead wrong, dog. I could be dead wrong. But you know what's funny, man? Like, for people that are, like, familiar with, like Muhammad, like, no, so he's not Muhammad Ali, but Malcolm X. Not a lot of people, not Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, man. My thought on Martin Luther King was the same way in a lot of respects. Because Martin Luther King, there are some cat like Ralph Bunch. So I'll take it off like the gangster, the rap shit, just move it on to, like, you know, the civil rights era. You had a cat named Ralph Bunch, I believe his name was. Ralph Bunch, my fraternity brother. Hey, oh yeah, shout out Chris Walker, man. Much respect, man. Thank you. It was Ralph Bunch, Bunch, Abernathy, a bunch of dudes who were in the civil rights movement, right? But Martin Luther King was the talent. Coming out of Morehouse College, had an incredible ability to speak. There's very few people that can speak and do presentations as, oh my God, man, dude's voice is on another planet, dude. Like, when you look at, like, you listen to Malcolm X, you can remember the thoughts and the messages that Malcolm X tries to convey. But when you listen to Martin Luther King speak, it's like listening to music. A lot of times he's not like the I have a dream speech. It's like he's singing. It's like he's singing, even though he's not necessarily saying too much, but he's singing. And what those guys did in the civil rights movement, which really started with education, right? And then the March on Washington, which was really the People's March on Washington, but got usurped by some kind of wealthy investors who knew that people were going to march on Washington, and they went to a bunch of pastors and preachers and set them on top of that movement, right? And they had Martin Luther King do the speech, but they didn't let James Baldwin speak, right? You have this amazing talent in Martin Luther King, but he's the one that's gone, and the rest of those dudes live the rest of their life. They set him out there to say all that. They set him as the one that was going to be like the, the spotlight on him. And he's the dude that lived till he was 39 years old. And the rest of those dudes died of old age. Yeah, Baldwin was a genius. Baldwin was on another planet, dude. Yeah, they set him on the front line. Same thing for Malcolm X. Malcolm X on the front line. Listen to everybody, man. You say you've been listening to Brother Malcolm. Yeah, I listen to Malcolm X. For now, I'm 35 and tell people all the time, Tupac is my generation's Malcolm X and Martin. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm glad y'all do that with Tupac. That's good. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you guys can, figure out who you want to look up to and all that. Tupac is not all that for me. I mean, it could be because he's my age. And what I saw, there's other cats in my generation. Let me say who I think was probably the guy. Damn, who in my generation would be the that is so tough. Because it wouldn't be Tupac. Because Tupac came along with the whole West Coast music, which honestly me kind of tore shit down. But to me, Chuck D. Oh, Cass got it. Chuck D. Absolutely. Chuck D, KRS-One. Chuck D, KRS-One, but Chuck D really did take that off, dog. But no, there's really not one. I agree with it. There's really not one. I'm going to tell you who's a motherfucker, though. If he can live through it, Julius Malema. Oh, Fred Hampton. Yeah, man, they blasted Fred Hampton up. Julius Malema. Yeah, Julius Malema is, I think this dude is something, man. And I think he's coming after Jill Scott was beautiful. She was good. But I know I think you're not joking, but I do like Jill Scott. But Julius Malema right now is a guy that I'm like, I like this dude, man. And he's very, very brave. He decided that he was going to keep, well, I think he's connected with Winnie Mandela, but the whole EFF thing, the whole EFF party in South Africa to me is really, I'm very interested in those guys. X-Clan was like that too. Chuck D, KRS-One, Nas, Gil Scott Caron was a little older, and damn, but both him and the last pose are way ahead of me. Oh, did I cast? Did you see the Malema speech at Oxford in England? Yeah, I did. Julian Malema is very, very talented. Very, very talented. And I don't know how long he's going to be able to go, but he's put the engine back in action. And we'll see what happens, man, because the EFF compared to I forget what is the party of Mandela in there. The ANC. The ANC seems like they kind of made it. Oh, I like Mos Def. Mos Def is super talented. For now, I watched Malcolm X before and after. I've watched Malcolm X. Y'all don't have to watch Malcolm X before and after because I've watched every speech he's ever done. I don't have to. There's nothing you can tell me about Malcolm X I haven't saw or read. I understand where people are talking about after he left and what he talked about Islam being, multicultural, or not multicultural, but everybody being a member of Islam. I understand all that. And it's changed from Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam, and the Nation of Islam being, different than traditional Islam. I got all that stuff. However, he never did change his point of view on what was going on in the United States. So I think there's a little bit of gamesmanship that goes on there with that post conversion, quote unquote post conversion of Malcolm X, of Malik El Haj Shabazz. Oh, Marcus Garvey was the biggest beast ever in the Northern Hemisphere, dude. Marcus Garvey changed a whole lot of stuff and isn't even remembered. That dude was on it. I'm more of a Stokely Carmichael. Yeah. I've met Stokely Carmichael. I got lectured by Stokely Carmichael several times. That dude was a brilliant dude, man. That whole metaphysical to political stuff was always really interesting to me when I was in school. The CIA, Lumumba, yeah, Patrice Lumumba. Yeah, but here's the thing, man. It shit continues to move on. You know what I mean? So now, I mean, every time it's like, the Hydra has multiple heads. People understand what's going on, man. But the thing is with the EFF is that the ANC really is. I mean, they're trying to hold on it. I think they gotta just. Yeah. Oh, real mom, man. Can you talk about Manly Marble's book on Malcolm X and his character assassination attempt on our? Yeah. No worries, man. I don't know if it's Manny Marble is because they talk so much about basically what you're saying is, hold on, Manly Marble's book on Malcolm X. You're not talking about Alex Haley's. I got to look into that more, man. I have to actually read Manny Marble because I know Manny Marbley. God dog, what book did he read that I really liked? I got to look into that more, man. But I understand that people are talking about. Honestly, man, I have to do a video on that. I owe you a video on that. Real monk, because I don't want to misspeak. And let me know if that's okay with you. If not, ask another question. Because Manny Marbley's book against Malcolm X, I haven't read that. But I know that Alex Haley and the autobiography of Malcolm X was, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's not Manny Marbley. That's no, that's not how you pronounce it. That's not who he is. What is Marbley's last name? Anyway, man, forgive me, man. Khalid Muhammad, Khalid Muhammad was a little off his rocker though. Quad Marley, he was not off his rocker. It's just like he was just, a guy like that's not going to make it. He's not going to live till 50. But I was the same school as Khalid Muhammad, so there's a lot of beef going on at Harvard about even letting him speak. I'll leave that alone. We're getting in dangerous We're getting in dangerous territory here now for this screen. You start believing him up, that's dangerous territory. I have that book where there's a lot of character assassinations attempts on that one. I mean, it is what it is, man. But here's the thing. What's up, y'all? Please do a video. Yeah, I will, man. Manning Marbley. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Couldn't remember what his name was. He's an historian. Here's my thing on all of that. There's source material. Just read the source material. I know that the guy that knows, the person that I trust the most on Malcolm X is John Henry Clark. Because John Henry Clark is the guy that worked with Malcolm X. He's a friend of Malcolm X's. He wrote Malcolm X. He did the history research for Malcolm X. He could talk about the type of guy that he is. If you want, that's who I listen to because he's a guy that was a friend of his. And he's somebody that speaks fondly of him and talks about him compared to Martin Luther King. He talks about it from a historical perspective. I don't need to listen to Manning Marble's book because I can go to he's his researcher. Absolutely. So I just go to him when I need to hear that. But more importantly, I have my own mind. I have my own mind. There's nothing that Malcolm X talked about that I can't research and get my own opinion on. Black Beast Boxing, what's good, my man? Hey, thanks for the sub. Hit the bell icon so you know when it's coming up. I mean, this is a little bit less of a popular topic for this video, but I'll roll. I'm taking it down afterwards though. Oh, he said he was. Get out of here, man. Oh, that shit. That's because he probably is. He probably is. I heard that shit. He probably is. You know, everything to a hammer looks like a nail. He probably is. It's amazing how many cats try to slip that shit on people. The dude got umpteen kids, has a wife. Whatever. He probably is. Speculated on it. I mean, the dude's been gone, what is it, 50 years? The dude was gone 50. He's been passed for 54 years. Whatever. Hey, man, Fahim Sator, much appreciated, man. The question with Malcolm X is what did he talk about? For example, I know for sure that James Baldwin was gay. Do you know how much time James Baldwin spoke about being gay and gay rights issues and gay? None. He talked about human suffering. He talked about the mistreatment of people. And when you get off on side subjects like that, you can't. That's why I like Neely Fuller Jr. Talk about the main subject. What did Malcolm X say? Was he right about what he said? Bernard Rushton was too, but that's not what he was talking about. That's not what he said. At least they understood that you can't even get to the issues of that community until you get to you handle the overall the overriding issue. And that's the problem that I had with one of those really good, what's that female comedian? Really good comedian. I forget what her name is, man, but she started talking about that. And I was like, yeah, okay. They were still on code. Absolutely. Hey, that's the way to say it, Real Mon. They were still on code. Because that's not the issue. That's who you sleep with. That's the side issue. Wanda Sykes. When Wanda Sykes said that shit about, oh, it's harder for me to be this than it was that, and that whole comedy routine, I was like, okay, that ain't your biggest problem, sweetie. That ain't your biggest problem. That is not the thing that's holding you up the most. And when Netflix offered her that $25,000 for her, she picked it up later, dog. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Who taught you? That was good shit. I mean, it's a distraction, Cass. That's just a distraction. It's a side issue. It's beside the point. But that's just me. Anyway, I don't want to continue on with this. I did do, just so y'all know, hey, Pack and Rip TV, is Ryan Garcia overrated? Chin straight up in the air. Oh, I don't like how he pulled straight back for those punches, but I don't think he's overrated yet. I mean, that dude can clock. I mean, if he would have won some type of like the decision that Irish kid won before him, where the guy was pretty much acting like he didn't, like the dude took a dive. The fight before I can't remember what his name is, but he's from Ireland. That fighter, the fight before, took a dive. He basically cringed from punches coming that he didn't have, and he got knocked out on a punch that didn't even move his cheek. But, you know, he got knocked out. The guy that Ryan Garcia knocked out, he knocked Spark out. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say he might have just needs to learn. He probably just needs to learn. But I don't think he's overrated at this point. What I saw last night, the dude looked good. Ryan Garcia looked good. Pito Freshkabar, I saw that kid for the first time last night. He got some pop in those punches. Only time will tell. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, yeah, McKenna. This is like that dude, no, not Conlon, McKenna. Oh, that dude took a dive. Straight up dive, dog. Oh, you think he's overrated? I mean, he is. I mean, right now he's talking up a big game. I think he needs to stay. Oh, rip his chin's too high in the air. Yeah, I saw that. He definitely backed straight up. You know what I mean? But that could be an issue of talent too. I mean, he could see the punches coming and just like, here it comes. I just move out the way of it. It could have been a case of him just being real natural with it. But yeah. Oh, he dang sure wasn't a real Fernando Vargas. Fanon, that first fight stoppage was BS. Yeah, he took a dive. I mean, you can hear it in McKinney's speech. He was like, once I found out he was shying away from punches, I just let my hands go. It's like, yeah, he's shying away from punches because he's looking for an opportunity to jump on the knee. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, that's my point. I thought the dude just took a dive, man. Oh, you talking about no? I don't think that Ryan Garcia called out Gary Russell Jr. I thought he called out Tank Davis, but he could have. I mean, he's a cocky kid, you know. I like his attitude, honestly. I think he's got a Charlo type attitude. I can respect that in him. You know, now when they start, you know, after two more fights and they start comparing him to Andre Ward, you know, then I have a beef with him. But until they jump on that bandwagon, I'm cool with him. It looks real good. I think he's gonna run into Ryan Garcia at a point. I mean, not Ryan Garcia at Devin Haney at a point. So I'm looking for that. Yeah. Jojo Diaz versus Gary Russell Jr. Yeah, I think Gary Russell Jr. is going to bop. That's going to be a better fight, man. Jojo Diaz. Jojo Diaz is going to come in there trying to do something to Gary Russell. Gary Russell's been so inactive, man, that, you know, I don't know how serious about it Gary Russell Jr. is, but he's real quick, man. Sal Gutierrez, Fanon, you right about AJ. He is conceited. Oh, he is conceited. Yeah. Did you see the way they treated Brazil? Oh no, I didn't, man. But I saw how they treated the Samoan press and how they treated like the New Zealand press. Dude's an ass, man. He's smoking, man. He's sniffing his own draws, man. He's sniffing his own. Oh, 2 Live Crew. That's some crazy shit. Fanon, who do you think would give Roy Jones Jr. a run in his money in his prime right now? Who do I think would give Roy Jones Jr. a run for his money in his prime right now? Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk. Errol Spence, no, he's too small. Alexander Usyk because he's bigger and he's got busy hands. I think Alexander Usyk would give him a run. I don't think he'd win, but I think Alexander Usyk could give him a good fight. Yeah, I mean, nobody near his natural weight class, but you're talking about a small heavyweight? Could be. I've seen every Malcolm in the Fernando Garcia, 1969. I've watched every Malcolm in the Middle episode ever. Which one are you talking about? I've seen them all, dog. I love Malcolm in the Middle. Ward versus Roy. I'll take Roy over Ward. Oh, said Andre Ward, but yeah. I don't know, man. Usyk can throw, dog, and let's say get that. Hey, if they get some really thorough piss testing on that dude, maybe. Saul Gutierrez, Fanon, Oscar on that oak again. Man, he could be a great promoter if his mind was clear. Yeah, that dude is on it, though. But honestly, man, he's making some smart moves, man, by going with Miguel Cotto with the Puerto Rican fights. He's trying to get with Manny Pacquiao. If he's smart and doesn't let Bob Arum trick him and sticks with Manny Pacquiao in the fights in the Philippines and in Asia, he could probably do some stuff. That dude has everything laid at his feet. If he's had enough, you know, foresight. See, don't forget about the Wonder Years. Oh yeah, I haven't watched the Wonder Years. I gotta watch the Wonder Years. But if Oscar De La Hoya had enough, like, could calm his ego down enough to like do like a public, you know, like squash the beef type of thing with Floyd, if he could squash the beef with Al Heyman, and they could all agree that they would play nice, then boxing could be off the chain. Because Oscar De La Hoya, I do think, number one, the dude does know talent. He knows talent. And even for him to still be in business shows that the dude has some talent as a businessman. Because really, that dude could have been underwater. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's Eric Gomez, maybe it's the people around him, but something about his organization. But the thing that I would say for Oscar De La Hoya that could really help him, apologize about the emails, number one. Drop the lawsuit with Al Heyman, partner with Al Heyman, and get Al Heyman fighters to fight PBC fighters. You know, shake hands and make up with Floyd Mayweather and squash that, because you guys are old enough now. You guys, You're pushing 50. Floyd's damn near in his mid 40s, in his early 40s. Squash the beef, get that rid of that, and unify all that shit, and and then kick Eddie Hearn out of the U.S. If I was Oscar, that's what I would do. For 9, the brother boxer need a Oscar-like figure. I think they have. I mean, I think they got plenty, man. We all good, man, on needing Oscar figures. We got plenty of them, Holmes. Plenty of them. They got. I mean, I plenty of them. James Toney was great, but he was a lazy guy. His legs were too straight. Just like there can be only one champ at the same. Just like there can only be one champ, it's the same for promoters as well. No, it's not. Keenan, it's not true. It's not true. I disagree strongly because people have competitions all the time. And see, you can have cooperation. It's business. You can have cooperation. You can have, there's scenarios, not just where there's a monopoly. You can have a situation where there's 2 or 3 people that decide, you know what? Me and you, we can be rivals, but we're going to make sure that me and you are the only rivals that we have. That is called, that's like in world politics, that's like the problem, like when the US and the USSR, it was a bipolar system. But when the USSR dropped out, then the US is out there by themselves and they don't have like a singular adversary that can collect all of the other people that are anti-US and work together, and they can work together with each other. And I think that's why, that's my personal thought about why all this Russia stuff's going on, is because it's, a desire to create a bipolar system. A bipolar system with 2 poles works. You don't have to have a monopoly. You don't have to have one guy running everything, because then everybody's going to attack the one guy. So the best thing that Oscar De La Hoya could do is say, you know what? I have to accept that I'm not going to be the only guy running boxing. I need somebody else that's a competitor. But if I'm going to have a competitor, I only want to have one competitor. And then he and I can figure out how we're going to split everything up. But I'm only going to have one competitor. That's what Bob Arum and Don King did. For a period of time, there was just those 2. And there was a very clear circumstance where Bob Arum did the lighter divisions and he left the heavyweights alone. And Don King ran the heavyweights. And they split it up pretty much straight down the middle. You take the big weight class, I'll take the rest. And I don't necessarily think that has to be the same split. But if De La Hoya was smart, he would look for the same thing with somebody else. And the only logical somebody else is somebody in the PBC. It's not going to be somebody that's going to go for the same fighters that he goes for, like Bob Arum, who's number 1, getting older, and number 2, he's looking for the same fighters, the non-African American fighters, right? Where Al Heyman pretty much has all the all the black fighters. So, and that's pretty much the division. It's a different division, but then De La Hoya Arum had with with Don King. But if he wants to run it, he'd be smarter to do that. He'd be smarter to do that. If you try to be the only man on the block, dog, that's going to be tough because you don't have any part. You got to have good cop, bad cop. And from one angle, Don King looks like the good angle the good cop from his angle, and Bob Arum looks like the bad cop, right? But from Bob Arum's angle, Don King is the bad cop and he's the good cop. So you know how that shit gets divided. Really, that would make the most sense for you don't, in boxing promoters, you don't need that. And same thing goes for boxers. There can't only be one champion. There's got to be a champion. There can be only one champion, but you need to have the contender. You can't just have an Anthony Joshua meet his potential without a Deontay Wilder. You can't have a Muhammad Ali without a Joe Frazier. You have to have balance in the universe. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. That's all that the symbolism behind Star Wars. You know, there's always going to be this Jedi and the Sith. You know. Anyway, it is what it is, man. Oh, Sal Gutierrez, how did Bob get Ali? Ali didn't get Bob Arum. Never got Ali. Ali got Bob Arum. Ha. There you go, Sal. A duopoly. Thank you, private information. No, Ali got Bob Arum. Bob Arum didn't get Ali. Before there was not really national. There weren't other than Tex Rickard, who I guess Tex Rickard could be considered a national promoter. But for the most part, the promotions that took place in the 50s, the 60s, and up until Ali, it was a lot of local promoters, like LA promoter, New York promoter, Texas promoter, Chicago promoters, and they had the promoters were tied to the local commissions. But when Ali came and became Ali, then they started moving up with Bob Arum and Top Rank. They moved into national promoters. So actually, Bob Arum, Top Rank, which a lot of people don't know, but more people are catching on to, Sal, is it really, how you said you were talking about the Nation of Islam getting exposed? Top Rank is an organization established by the Nation of Islam. The guy that you said was a fraud, he's the one that founded Top Rank. Elijah Muhammad founded Top Rank because it was his son, Herbert Muhammad, and Bob Arum was the lawyer. There was the lawyer, and Ali, who was in the Nation of Islam, that's how they did the promotion. Ali, through the Nation of Islam, set up a promotional company, and Bob Arum was the lawyer. But Elijah Muhammad passed away in 1974. And all that stuff started happening, pressure or whatever. And somehow, one of these days, I'm going to do an interview with somebody and figure out all of the specifics about how Bob Arum got control of it. But eventually, Bob Arum bought out the Nation of Islam. But that's how that went down. The Top Rank it's a black-owned business. That's what it is. And then Bob Arum got his hands on it. Similar to Ebony Magazine, right? The Root. It can go on and on. Different hair care salons, whatever. Oh, you said he didn't say he's a fraud. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that, Sal. Oh, how many prime years was Ali robbed of? 3. Yeah, this is not really much of a boxing. Oh, I missed the super chat. Oh, what's good, Curtis Anderson? I'm sorry I missed that. Hey, do you remember the great Saad Muhammad fights? Yes, I do. Absolutely. I want to go check them out again, man. Yes, I do, sir. I was a little young, not quite as focused on boxing at the time, but yeah, man, I actually Saad Kowaid Muhammad. Yeah, I have. Yes, I do. Those guys saved a lot of lives, man, by the way. They saved a lot of lives, which is why you can't play with that stuff, man. Oh, Darnell, long live Fanon. Happy birthday, OG. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Oh, Realmon, Dr. Claude Anderson talks about preventative methods. Hey, that's good. I need to check him out on that. Gregory Wyatt, Black Beast Boxing. Ortiz was school ass juice. I had not said ass juice all day. Yeah. Oh, man, it's 3:12. I got to get out of here, guys. I've been talking for a while. Thank you all for attending. I'm going to be taking this down right as soon as it posts. Because, hey, you made me mention Khalid Muhammad in a video. That is not what I'm going to have sitting around, dog. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hey, Buddy Lee said, happy birthday to you, fan. You the man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man, Buddy Lee. Rhett Castillo, Fanon. When is the Frampton Donaire? Is it true that the winner is going to face Oscar Valdez? I can't say if that's true or not, but I will look up that information for you right now because it is. I was looking at it this morning, but like I said, I had a sip. for my birthday, so I am not going to remember that shit off the top of my head. However, Carl Frampton, Nonito Donaire. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. Give me a second. It's April 21st from Belfast, Northern Ireland, Box Nation. Carl Frampton, 24-1 and 14 KOs versus Nonito Donaire, 38-4 with 24 KOs. So it's April 21st. Looking forward to that. Hey, man, appreciate that, Sal. Always fun to talk to you, Sal. Peace, Christian. Peace, Black Beast Boxing. Yeah, 1-2. Yeah, 1-2. It's my birthday, for sure. Hey, no worries, Rec. Ray, respect to you as well, Sal. Buy gold. The Dow was crashing. Yeah, because they talked about those sanctions on China. Hey, start playing with messing around with China. Cat's gonna drop you. Hey, but thanks everybody. I might be on later tonight for my birthday because I ain't got shit else to do except for my kids. I guess they're gonna want to feed me, make me spend my own money on my own birthday. Ain't that a bitch? Oh, you got to spend your own birthday. Ain't that a bitch? You got to spend your own birthday. You got to spend your birthday spending your own money. I'm like, how is that shit a birthday celebration for me? Tomorrow night. Oh yeah, that's tomorrow afternoon. That's tomorrow, not tomorrow night. I don't think. Isn't Dillian? What's on? Is there an HBO show tomorrow? I don't think there's an HBO show tomorrow. No, there's a Dillian White's fighting tomorrow, but that's on Sky Sports. I don't think that's not tomorrow. It was Curtis Anderson. That's what's on. What's the fight? Oh, SJ Fish Fanon, could you answer my birthday question? Boy, I ain't a boy, but I'll answer your question. Call me boy. Just joking. SJ Fish. Oh, Fanon, what up? If Joshua Wilder bout doesn't happen, next Parker Loss will next post. Okay, what up? If Joshua Wilder bout doesn't happen next post Parker Loss, who will Wilder fight next? I have a suspicion it'll be Dominic Brazil. But I don't know for sure. But my thought would be Dominic Brazil. I am almost positive it's not going to be Dillian White. But there you go. Hey, Masterson 22, thanks, man. Oh, Christian said, why did Tank leave his old trainer? I don't know why he left. Could have had something to do with him missing weight. Missing weight and acting a fool in the gym in Baltimore. And that cat, his trainer is a Baltimore trainer who has a lot of trainers and is involved in in local. Basically, he's considered like the mayor of boxing in Baltimore. So maybe, he couldn't leave Baltimore to train Tank. So it could be just, hey, man, dude need to mature and move on. You know what I mean? The guy did a great job with Tank training him, though. Oh, Dillian White's on HBO. It's a replay at 6. If it is, yeah, you're right. Oh, and the fight card on ESPN as well. Okay, I got to check out, see what those fights are. Record Seal Fanon, happy birthday once again to you, my brother. Much respect. Enjoy the rest of your 25th birthday. That's right, 25th, and I'm sticking with it, dog. That's the truth, man, dog. This what's up. Anyway, so look, I appreciate y'all showing, and your boy Fanon is out. I got to pick up my daughter. Peace.